Recently, I found myself spending more and more time doing this. And this is no longer something that I want to do a lot. So I've decided that I'm going to significantly reduce my time on social media. Look, no, I'm not going to delete all the social media apps on my phone. I'm still going to use them. But yes, I'm going to significantly reduce the amount of time I spend actually scrolling, or better known as doom scrolling, through all my social media feeds. You see, I'm not the type of guy who actually looks through social media and feels jealous about the people on it. I don't think that I need to live vicariously through the lives of these influencers, YouTubers, and popular celebrities. I just like to go on there because it's a light form of entertainment. But the problem is, because it's entertaining, you go onto social media, you start off, and then you fall down this rabbit hole, and it's hours later before you emerge. And that's the time which I feel right now that I would be better off spending doing other more productive things. Yes, I'm going to continue to create content. Yes, I'm going to continue to post stuff. But yes, I'm also going to spend less time consuming other people's stuff. It's something that I've been noticing over the course of the recent weeks and months, where I've been spending increasingly amounts of time scrolling through social media. It's almost a form of procrastination, because you're sitting there, you're scrolling, and instead of doing stuff, you're just looking at things. And then, yeah, that's an excuse that I don't have time to do any of the other stuff. I don't have time to do chores. I don't have time to work on myself. I don't have time to create for myself because I'm too busy. But in fact, I'm not busy at all. In fact, all I'm doing is literally, I'm sitting there staring aimlessly at a phone, staring aimlessly at a tablet, not really absorbing what I'm seeing. Yes, sometimes there's some stuff that's interesting and I get kind of fixated and I like to watch it, and that's good stuff. But a lot of the times I'm scrolling through social media and I'm just scrolling through it for the hell of scrolling through it, and I'm not actually really paying attention. Have you noticed that when you go on somebody's feed and you're just doom scrolling, you're not really actually looking at what's happening. You're just trying to, it's like a dopamine hit. All you're doing is scrolling, you're getting more and more hits, trying to make you feel better. It's like an endorphin thing. It's making you feel like you want more, you want more. And all that time is being wasted, where you could actually be making your own stuff rather than looking at somebody else's stuff. Now, granted, I still truly believe that there's a place for all of us on social media. I'm a really strong believer that each of us should have the choice of whether we go on our phones and look through social media. I don't believe that it's the right or the responsibility of the government or some political party to tell us whether we should or we should not be on social media. We're grown adults and we have the right to make the decision as to whether and how long we're going to spend on these platforms. I'm not saying social media should be banned. I'm just saying that each of us needs to have some self-awareness and work out what is right for us and what is not good for us. And that sometimes will involve limiting the amount of time we spend on these platforms. On my phone right here, I have millions of social media apps. Not millions, but like there's a TikTok notification on here. I've got Instagram, I have YouTube, I have Facebook, I've got Twitter or X, and I've got some crappy ones that I've had on for a while and I don't really use because I've not found them that interesting. I've even got Threads, I've got Clapper, I've got like, I don't even know the other one, Vero, and I've got this other thing called Fanbase, and all this stuff is like, it's just there. It's just more social media, there's just more stuff that's coming into my brain, and I don't really create for any of them. I've made a pact for myself in the last 3 or 4 months that I'm going to create for YouTube, I'm going to create for my medical channel on TikTok. I've kind of let the Instagram thing fall by the wayside, but still I find myself consuming stuff, and I think that now is the time to cut down on the amount of consumption and increase the amount of creation, and to increase the amount of me developing personal relationships with the people I care about. Not just with family, not just with friends, but also with myself. And the less time I spend on the phone, and the more time I spend in reality, this is way more likely to happen. And I feel like I'm going to be a much happier person as a result. Yes, there's going to be days where I'm just going to lapse into these old habits where I'm just going to grab the phone as my first instinct and start scrolling. But when I do that, I'm planning on catching myself and telling myself that it's time to stop and it's time to put the phone down. It's time to do other stuff. There's great opportunities to do social media at certain times of the day. There's times that are definitely wasted. There's not much else you can do. For example, if you're sitting on public transport, you either scroll social media, you listen to podcasts, you listen to music. Pretty much, there's not that much else you can do. I mean, you can do some study and stuff like that, or some reading, but most people, I think, would be a fair time when you're stuck on a train or stuck on a bus to scroll through your social media. But you shouldn't be scrolling through your social media at home when you've just spent 9-10 hours away from your family, and the first thing you do is get home and start scrolling through your phone rather than talking to your family. And I think that that's really important to build relationships. And this is what I'm going to do. Now, I don't know how successful I'm going to be. I don't know how many relapses I'm going to have. I don't know how many times I'm going to fail. But I'm going to put it right here on this YouTube channel, and I'm going to come back in a week, a month. I don't know how long yet, but I'm going to come back after a certain period of time and let you know how it's going and let you know whether it's changed my life, the fact that I'm spending less time on social media and more time interacting in the real world. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll keep you fully updated in my journey to cut down significantly on the amount of time I'm spending scrolling through other people's feeds on social media and actually living an actual life. Have a great night. Catch you next time in another video. See ya.